Bitcoin maximalists have been telling you that all these other coins are scams for years. So if you lost money with the scammers, shame on you because you got greedy. So nothing I can do about that. Look at the network. Sorry, I have to keep repeating myself, but the investment in the network has never been stronger, and price takes care of itself. It's like berating Warren Buffett, like, when is my Apple stock going to hit new all-time highs, Warren? He'll be like, well, you know, it's the fundamentals are great, we're buying more. And by the way, I'm the most successful investor in history. This is the time to buy Bitcoin because it's vastly superior. It's the best money ever known to human. It's the hardest money ever known to humans. The network's never been stronger. The use case has never been stronger. The reveal that all these scam coins are junk, as I've been saying for years, is now stronger. And so everything is completely as it should be. I mean, the people who can't see the difference between Bitcoin and the scam coins like Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, etc., they need to do their homework. I mean, there's nothing gonna, it's not like you're a bank on Wall Street where every time you make a mistake, you get a bailout. We as individuals don't have that. We have to work and do research and live a real life. You know, we don't get the bailouts that the BlackRocks do and the JP Morgans do. So you have to do your research. You know, you haven't done your work. Do your homework, and your worries will be addressed.
Welcome to my channel. Time for Bitcoin. Max Keiser is a financial journalist and longtime investor. In this episode, Max addresses the strong foundations of Bitcoin and how we are actually at the Bitcoin strength all-time high right now. The fact that the price fell periodically is due to the delay in the reaction of the network power to the price. He remains very positive about Bitcoin and believes it is the only financial solution that can save us from the collapse of the financial system.
The network has never been healthier. The network has never been stronger. Bitcoin, first and foremost, is a network. Network stability over price stability. And Bitcoin was something that was discovered in 2008. It was dropped onto the web in 2009. It has extremely interesting properties. One of those properties is that when prices are down, it attracts a lot of critics and it attracts a lot of attacks, which could then fuel the conviction of the people who are actually investing in the network. Investments in the Bitcoin network have never been higher. That means the security has never been higher, and price will take care of itself. So like Tim Draper, he reiterated his $250,000 call for Bitcoin in 2023. I concur with that entirely. Don't worry, the price will take care of itself. What we want to make sure is that the network is stable, and this Sam Bankman-Fried scandal never touched the network. The network is still TikTok next block. There's no problem. And the amount of money being poured into the network, that is into the hash rate, into the mining, into the security, has never been higher. It's running at 240 quintillion hashes per second, or calculations per second, which is an all-time high. We're close to an all-time high. And I think that you know, Bitcoin is a wily beast, and sometimes I think it just likes to drop in value to pull out the scammers, to pull out the Mashinskys and the Kevin O'Learys and the Mike Novogratz. You know, the scammers out there, they get exposed and then they get wiped out, and then they won't have any money to buy Bitcoin. I see two things. Aesthetically, it's perfection, and it's attracting all this investment at a rate that's nothing else is coming close. It's also attracting all the energy in the world in a way that nothing is coming close. And it does what it does to perfection. It's like the wheel. You know, once the basic architecture of the wheel was figured out, and the wheel wasn't universally accepted.
I call it the wheel.
I don't think so. What does it do?
It rolls.
Yeah, so does a bagel, okay? A bagel you can eat. One of the worst ideas I've ever heard.
But a lot of people figured out, you know, when the wheel did come along, that, you know, this is probably the absolute best design to put on a cart to move stuff around the wheel. And that design has not changed. It's still a 360-degree circumference. It's called the wheel. And it is what we still live with today. Bitcoin, similarly, finally, after a million years of trying to look for perfect money, we as humans found it in 2009. It's called Bitcoin. And we see in a country like El Salvador that it's had an immediate, dramatic, positive impact, and that's spreading to the region, to Guatemala and other countries in Central America. It's spreading to Mexico. It's popping up all over the world. We'll soon be on a global Bitcoin standard, and the price will be considerably higher where it is today, and everyone will be kicking themselves that they didn't buy it when it was cheap down here in the teens. You know, that's always the story. They'll say, oh, it's going down, I'm afraid to buy it. Oh, it's too expensive, I missed the boat. And most people never make intelligent or wise investment decisions because they're driven by greed and fear. Instead of just doing the homework, do the work, do the research, understand what it is that we're talking about, the more work you do, the higher your conviction is. I've never met a single person who spent more than, let's say, 2 or 3 hours studying Bitcoin who didn't become a Bitcoin believer. You know who really loves what I've been saying? Are the people who followed me and bought Bitcoin under $10. Those people really love me, I can tell you. I get emails every day. I put my kids through college. I bought a new house. I did this, I did that. The love is just like a tsunami of love over here. And I think that for all those folks out there who want to put the research and do the work, they'll see that the current price is an excellent entry point with unconfiscatable, uncensorable property that's portable, and obviously is going to do better than any fiat money out there, and is superior to gold, in my opinion. And of course, other people have their different opinion. Where the price is going right now, the price is going higher. Like I said earlier, I look at the strength of the network is really the number I look at. I don't look at the price so much. I look at how the network is doing and how the hash rate is doing, and are people committing capital to the network. And that's at all-time highs. So for me, Bitcoin's at an all-time high today. The price, it's a lagging indicator. The price is a lagging indicator of Bitcoin. If you look at the way that the commitments on the investing on the network side, it's at all-time highs, and price catches up as it always does, and anyone who's held it for 4 years is in the black. They're making money. So if you can't hold your shit for 4 years, you shouldn't be an investor. Go to Las Vegas, play the slot machines and the roulette wheel, and have a couple of cocktails and go home. You're not an investor. If you can't have at least a 4-year horizon, you're not an investor, you're a gambler. You're a degenerate gambler, undoubtedly, and you should just go to the casinos and blow your cash and have a few cocktails and maybe get laid. But don't call yourself an investor if your time horizon is less than 4 years, because you're not. The direction, when you're talking about investments, you have to get a couple of things right. Number one, without doubt, the thing you need to get right more than anything else is the direction, okay? The direction for Bitcoin for 13 years has been up, and it'll be up for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So that's number one, that's solved. The direction is up. Then it's about asset allocation and how you want to scale into it. And that's up to everyone's individual style. You know, I can't comment on that because different people have different ways of doing it. I think in the case of fiat money, you're guaranteed to lose purchasing power. Mathematically guaranteed to lose purchasing power with the dollar and all fiat money. With Bitcoin, you're mathematically guaranteed to increase purchasing power. It's like 2 + 2 = 4. You're going to have mathematically guaranteed increased purchasing power. With gold, okay, it's going to hang in there against inflation. Every time we talk, Daniela, gold's around $17, $18, $100 an ounce. That's been doing this for 10 years now. Maybe it'll break out this time. But I have a feeling that if we talk again in 6 months to a year, gold will still be at $1,800 an ounce, and everyone will be talking about it's about to break out, it's about to break out. It really, by definition, can't break out. Really, it's too big, it's too concentrated, and it's not like it's not like it, you know. I mean, it can't really outpace inflation dramatically. It's got to stay within a few percentage points of what the inflation number is. So that's gold. I mean, it's great store of value over 100 years and 1,000 years. But if you want to pay for the storage, the transportation, the verification, and not have something that's completely immobile, can't move it around, and it can be seized. If that's okay with you, then gold's okay. If you want something that has a breakout potential that's far superior to gold, it's portable, it's unconfiscatable, it's immutable, it's uncensorable, it has everything but gold has, but 1,000 times better, then Bitcoin's for you.
Thank you for staying until the end. Please like and subscribe if you appreciate my work.